So, as promised, I'm going to go ahead and do a recap of my most recent ending relationship. I don't really consider anything a relationship until after 3 months. Like, after the 90-day probation period is really when. Okay. So, this is about Anthony. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you how we met. We met on the Facebook dating app, which I personally like because you could see if you have mutual friends. You can also like exchange profiles and like check out their authentic, profile. So for those few reasons, I liked it, right? I'm gonna show you a couple of screenshots. So our first date, he was like he was trying to like hang out with me a little bit earlier. Like we have been talking like through the morning, which is nothing like odd or eve or anything like that. He actually had told me that he had a busy day, that he was up early, that he had dropped off food for his kids, that he had cooked. He had made them a big pot of like pozole or something, and he just dropped them off. He just dropped off the food to their moms. He sees his kids all the time, as much as he can. Him and his baby mama have been broken up for over 3 years. Um, he was going in like that day, he was going in for a promotional job interview that he was really confident that he was gonna get. And so we were kind of like, well, you know what? I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great day too. And there's a few hours of like no communication because we were having our day, right? Then he hits me up and he's just like, yeah, I got it. The promotion, which he told me was a supervisor position for Metro, the public transportation company. So we're communicating, and I'm like, well, did you still want to go out today? Because, like, things on my end changed, right? And he was just like, yeah, what time works best for you? And I was just like, does 5 work, right? And he was like, yeah, I'll see you then. Um, and so around 5:10 or so, he hits me up. He's like, hey, are you ready? And I'm like, are you out front? And he's like, yeah, I am. And walked out my apartment building. Saw him. He was right across the street. He was standing outside his car, like very gentleman-like. Walked up to him, gave me like one of the best hugs I've ever had. Um, Opened up my car door, made sure that I was in and I was good. There was stuff in his trunk and I noticed it. Stuff in his trunk, and I'm like, oh, why do you have so much stuff? And he explains how he's moving. He actually just moved out of his apartment, and he's in the process of buying a house. That his house should be ready November the latest. And I'm like, okay, so our first date, to give you guys a kind of a time frame, was September 9th. So that's not far fetched. He continued to say that he just hasn't had time to put the stuff in storage. And me thinking like, okay, yeah, in the morning he dropped off food to his kids, then he had to go into work and he had that interview at work, and now it's later on, and now he's going out to dinner with me. That, like, everything is like checking out. Like, I'm like, okay, great. We have dinner, we have a wonderful conversation. It's like heart to heart kind of conversation. Real light, real fluffy. It wasn't too deep, but I felt like he was like genuine, you know. His phone wasn't going off. He wasn't like on his phone. He wasn't distracted by anything else was around. He was eye contact. Um on point, listening to what I was having to say. He had He had basic common sense, knew how to keep the conversation flowing. There was some laughs. It was a great first date. I mean, we left the date holding hands. We walked a little bit. He told me more about him being an entrepreneur. He had a barbecue company, and then like I am an entrepreneur, so I asked, oh, about like, is it like, do you like legally like have like an LLC? Like, are you legally like paying taxes? Like, I'm getting into like the meat and potatoes of it, and he's like, well, actually, it was just something that I was doing. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I love cooking, and I really saw the passion that, something that he loved doing. And that, I don't know about you women, but when a man is really passionate about something like that, that just like makes me happy. So we ended the first date great. Great. Like, not not an issue. Like a little kissing. It wasn't too much. After that, got back in the car, took me home. He said that he was taking his daughters out for the weekend to Tahoe or something for hiking, and I was just like, well, that's wonderful because my daughter's siblings are coming in this weekend also. I'm trying to see them more often. So no problem. So then the next day that we would see each other would be the following Monday. That was September 13th, I believe. September 13th, 2021. Um, and he, no, actually, he saw me briefly over the weekend because the next day my kid broke her leg. And he literally pulled up for like 5 minutes just to give me a hug because I was really like, my kid just broke her leg. Like, like, oh my God. Like, my building only has stairs. I don't drive. And even if I did, parking is hell. Like, I live in Los Angeles, okay? And I was just, and he pulled up just to give me a hug. Like, that was nice. So the next day, we actually went out, was on a Monday. Seafood Mondays, really, because myself, I'm just really like cutting down on like red meat. Um, so I would do like seafood Monday, and he was like, oh yeah, like, what are you doing? I'm like, actually, I'm on my way. Like, you could come get me, you could join me, but this is something that I do for myself. I take one day out of the week that is just for myself. I go to a nail shop, I do my waxing, I take myself out to dinner, take myself to the movies. I do something for me. Yeah. And I, said that to him. He's just like, that is great. Like, a lot of women should really do that for themselves because they end up losing themselves. And it was just like this whole conversation that we had, and it was great. Okay, so in this day, he's going on and on and on about how he's really been searching for his purpose, and that he's like, he just went to Pittsburgh because he's a huge Steelers fan, and that a huge Steelers fan. He's been single for 3 years, really trying to find his purpose. He's looking for a partner because he really wants to get into barbecue, and he really wants to do that full time. Metro isn't a really good company to work for. They are, playing with his pay. Um, you know, and I'm like, oh, hmm. Like, I'm receiving this information, and I'm catching these these red flags, you could say. I'm catching them, and I'm talking to my big sister about them, seeing if everything he's saying checks out, makes sense. And she's like, yeah, they all make sense because she knows, she's my big sister. So from my side, okay, everything's checks out. We were together like September 13th. He's the one who made it official. He's like, this is what we're doing, this is what I want, let's do this. And I'm like, okay, that's dope, I'm down, right? Like, cool. We had our little bit disagreements and our little fights and shit, which I really didn't think anything of because I literally just met him like a couple of days ago. Like we were only together for two months. We were only in each other's lives for 2 months. So like we're still trying to get to know each other. So having those type of, um conflicts wasn't anything that was scaring me. It was just like, okay, I'm learning. I'm really learning you. Like I don't know who the fuck you are. And so the relationship was in ultra tober speed. Um and he was really love bombing me. Um he made it seem like like when he got off of work that it was really important for us to have dinner together. That's something that he really wanted to do. So I wasn't having dinner with my family anymore because I was like, okay, that's not a problem. You know, I walk every day, 30, 45 minutes is my exercise that I do. And he was down for that. We were, Griffith Park, Silver Lake Park, where the the trail. It's like a 2 fucking mile trail. You know, Echo Park we went to, and we would walk. Like he literally walked with me in his dress shoes, and I felt so bad that I bought him some fucking tennis shoes because I was just like, I really enjoy walking, and I don't want walking with him. And so the relationship was in ultra tober speed, um, and he was really love bombing me. Um, he made it seem like like when he got off of work that it was really important for us to have dinner together. That's something that he really wanted to do. So I wasn't having dinner with my family anymore because I was like, okay, that's not a problem. You know, I walk every day, 30, 45 minutes is my exercise that I do. And he was down for that. We were, Griffith Park, Silver Lake Park, where the the trail. It's like a 2 fucking mile trail. You know, Echo Park we went to, and we would walk. Like he literally walked with me in his dress shoes, and I felt so bad that I bought him some fucking tennis shoes because I was just like, I really enjoy walking, and I don't want walking with him. You see, this is why Diva Temper was created because Simona can't deal with shit like this. Continuously, I show up, I show what I bring to the table and what type of woman I am, and open people's minds to a different, you know, way of living. Introduce them to like different little spots, different restaurants, even to different states, different countries, and I'm always getting pushed aside for someone who is less valuable, someone who they speak on that they're trifling, that they're poor, that they don't take care of their kids, all types of shit. So when I come to the table, they're like, oh my God, a breath of fresh air. This woman is this. But then they just throw me to the side and go back to that. And it's one thing to break up with someone. It's one thing to be like, hey, you know what? I need space. There's a lot of things going on in my life. Like I wish you well. Have a good one. That's one. But then when you say, no, I'm going back to my ex, it hits differently. Like it hits differently. And it's clearly out the blue. We've had a great time. He just took me to a Ferris wheel, which was his idea. Like it was very fun. It was very spontaneous. I was legitimately worried because he was exhausted. He had to go in early to work. He said he doesn't eat before, he goes to work usually. And so then when he's like, my God, like he's supposed to get off he gets off between like 2 and 6. And it's around 3, he's like, oh, you know what, this and this happened. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm waiting. And then I don't hear, I literally called hospitals. I thought maybe he fell asleep behind, and like in the past, it's only been 2 months. So like, I'll be all right. You know what I mean? He's like popped up. He's like popped up at like 6 something in the morning because he really wanted to see me. Like, we spent it's not like, oh, he just popped up. We saw each other real quick and that was it. Like, no, like we spent the entire day, night, couple of days together, straight, every single day together. Like our relationship was like in turbo speed. Like, dude was around my kids. Like all of them, like drove back and forth from fucking Bakersfield. Like shit that, I'm fucking having, low key anxiety and panic attacks, and my sister's calming me down, and she's all like, things don't have to take so long. You know when it's right. You know what I mean? And I was in my head, and I knew this shit was too good to be true, because of course it is. Like, my apartment building has a few openings. He literally spoke to the fucking manager. Like, yo, I asked him to come to Canada with me to visit my grandmother, to meet my grandmother, to Canada. Like, dude, I met his kids, I went with him to the freaking urgent care because he got injured at work. Like I show up. Like, that's the shit that fucking bothers me. None of these fucking poor, fucking trifling assholes show the fuck up. They make excuses. They're not really this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bam, I'm right here. What's good? What time? You're popping up? Cool. Give me 10 minutes to get dressed. Like, and it's not good enough. Ugh. And I don't know what else to fucking do, because I'm not gonna lower my fucking self. I'm not gonna fucking start fucking yeah, I'm not about to fucking change myself and be less valuable and be fucking desperate and needing a fucking man. That's fine. I will be by my fucking self. I fucking survived almost ending my life in fucking Seattle. I was gonna die in a fucking tub. It was a nice princess bath. That was the way to go. I was all in it. Like, I don't really want to fucking be here on this fucking planet, and these motherfuckers keep doing stupid shit to me, and I don't fucking deserve it, because I show up, I pitch in, I plan, I consider, I think. Dude, you guys, okay, so you guys know, like, every single day, like, I go on walks, right? He walked with me in his dress shoes, got them all like messed up, and I was just like, oh my god, what? I bought him some fucking tennis shoes, like Brooks, okay, like some shit, like not no fucking old fucking Nikes, like, some like real like shit, like who the fuck does that? Like, I don't know no one who fucking does that. Who's like, oh my god, you messed up your dress shoes. Let me fucking buy you some shoes so you can continue to, walk with me, because, I really fucking enjoy you walking with me, and it was like really nice for you to like walk with me even in your dress shoes. Like, who the fuck thinks like that? I do. Me. And clearly that's not the right way. Like, and it's like, okay, I survived the shit with Spanky. I survived, the breakup with Patrick, which took me a long time because Patrick is fucking amazing. I survived, not being friends with Sincere anymore, and that hurt. I keep on taking these fucking hits, these punches, and it's these like low value women, and that's just the shit that kills me. Bitches who can't pay their own fucking bills, bitches who can't fucking parent their kids, bitches who ain't shit about shit for shit. And like this one time, he was running late, and you know how sometimes I could be very impatient, and I was just like, oh, you're running late, it's cool, like, don't even bother coming, and he was like, I probably even have the screenshots for this. He was just like, I was gonna go, like, I wanted you to know that I was on my way. Like, I'm just like, I have a million things to do, but like, I was on my way. And so yesterday, instead of being like, you know what, it's cool, I'll just see you, another day, I waited. Like, I literally fucking waited. Like, I was fully dressed, like, fully dressed, you know, waited. Like, I watched my TV show, and it's just, and I didn't cheat, you guys. I have not talked to you guys. I have not met up with any fucking body. I could have been cheating. Do you not understand?
No, no, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
Got to
I was
wait for the ice cream
driving.
truck to come to you. No, we going to the ice cream truck. What kind of shit is that? Where they do that at? At the end of the day, I got something nice waiting on me. Holla. Still handsome as fuck. Just want to let you know that you missed out. I'm taken. But I could pull any one of y'all if I wanted to. But this man is off the market. If I was to give y'all the time of day, you fuck with me. But y'all lost out.
Moving to California, where I want.
I love shopping. It's a video. The ring you gave me. I just really want you to see. Okay. Remember how I said into the 30th? I lied. Sound familiar? You fucking liar. Good morning, everybody. So I'm in the freaking clinic because when you get dumped, especially clearly when you got cheated on, you go get tested because, you know?